Greetings! One of the day in Guatemala City. So I did about 2 videos showing the poorest, the dangerous parts of Guatemala City. But I didn't think that was fair. What I'm gonna do today is I'm gonna show you guys the more ritzy parts, the more hip parts, the parts where the young people hang out at and dance at, and all that good stuff. So with that being said, we're gonna hit 3 different zones in the city today. We're gonna hit zone 10. We're in zone 10 right now near the Oakland Mall, the ritzy Oakland Mall, where we have the Starbucks right there. We're gonna hit zone 14, a little south of zone 10, where it gets even ritzier. Lastly, we're gonna hit zone 16. Zone 16 is the ritziest, the most expensive part of Guatemala City, where we're gonna see houses of diplomats, presidents, military people, and all government people. So with that being said, let's dive in. Normally when I travel, I hate going to fancy malls and French bakeries and things like that, but I promised in this video I would show you guys the fancy spots, the ritzy parts, the hip parts of Guatemala City. So here we are. This mall is called Oakland Mall. So check this out over here. We got different kinds of restaurants. We got a cafe, we got some fancy places to eat over there. We got some really high-end shopping spots. Let's check it out. We got the Zara's, we got another Zara, we got Arturo Calle over there. I have no idea what these even are. I don't shop at these places. But I literally feel like I'm back in Massachusetts or New York City or Boston. This is actually probably even more modern than the malls I'm used to, because the malls in the USA, they're decaying. It's not cool anymore, it's not hip anymore to hang out on malls. Mall culture in the States is actually dying down. I think 20 years ago, back in the day, it used to be really famous. Teenagers used to hang out there, I used to hang out there. It was a rebellious thing to do. But now the mall culture is kind of dead. And yeah, I think Latin malls, the ones I've been to in Colombia, Peru, Guatemala, are all fancy. And this one is no exception either. We also got the fancy chocolates. Anyways, I gotta get out of here. It's too ritzy for me, too expensive. So with that being said, we're gonna walk around zone 10 and check out what else there is here. I'm gonna say, so while I walk around Guatemala City in zone 10, I'm gonna say that this part of the city reminds me most of parts of Medellin, Colombia. The weather is amazing. It's about 70 degrees right now. You've got nice nature, you got a lot of trees and greenery, you got clean sidewalks, you got cars and motorcycles everywhere. It's a walkable part of the city. And yeah, so let me just show you guys where I'm at right now. But so right now we're on 13th Street and 4th Avenue. That's where we're at right now. But yeah, this goes on and on, this way and that way. But let's keep walking this way over here. Fontabella. All right, I think I can walk. So yeah, it reminds me of Medellin, Colombia, like Laureles or Poblado. Got some big fancy buildings. These are office buildings. These are also office buildings. We got some small stores over here. We got some fancy steakhouse and some kind of big bar. Gallo Capital. Que bueno. It's across the street. I never thought the vegan movement would ever come to Latin America, but over the last year or two, it's been coming here, it's been hitting pretty hard. So we got a artisan vegan store. Oh God, I don't want this. I don't want this at all. Please, vegans, don't come to Latin America. So, there you have it. Vegan culture in Latin America. The reason why I never would believe that vegan culture would hit here is because meat is like a big part of the culture here. Huge part of the culture. The thing is, this video might be a little boring for people watching because it doesn't have that sense of excitement, the disorganization that my other 2 videos had of the dangerous parts, the poorest parts of Guatemala City. And to be honest, I never actually hang out in these areas. These areas I never hang out in at all, because to me, what's the point of travel if I'm gonna be hanging out in these kind of areas? This is like Boston or New York. But with that being said, I want to show both sides of the city, not just like the bad parts, not just like the dangerous parts, you know, but the really ritzy parts too, because this city has everything. Look at that. Whoa, I almost stepped in that pothole. That's why you gotta pay attention when you walk in Guatemala. Anyways, check out this huge McDonald's over here. Got a McCafe. We got the McDonald's. It's pretty big. So the one cool thing about Latin America is that if you ever want to get free Wi-Fi, You can go to McDonald's, or the fast food chains all have free Wi-Fi. So I'm gonna see if I can steal the Wi-Fi and grab an Uber to zone 14, so I don't have to walk there. Connect, right there. Oh, now we are in zone 14. Let's check it out. See what zone 14 has to offer. I've never been in this zone before. So, we're gonna see what we can find in zone 14. Plaza Futeca. Futeca. We got a sport gym, ice store, something over there, Dollar City and La Playa. The beach. Got the beach nearby, guys. A Japanese cuisine over there. Damn, this is a lot more than what I expected. Everything's clean. You got the modern gyms. You got Futeca Sport Gym over there. That's way too modern. We got gated communities over there. What is this? Los Ranchos, Los Gauchos, or something like that. It's a gated community in the middle of the city. You got some fancy mall, Palermo con Fuego. That's some Italian, probably some Italian restaurant or some Italian spot. And all down there, you got these big buildings right there. I think those are residential buildings and office buildings too. So I mean, check this out. Big residential building. You got a big fancy mall over here. And then you got some other residential buildings over there. They're really clean and nice. So, time to make a comparison. So I think that this neighborhood, Zone 14 of Guatemala City, reminds me of Polanco in Mexico City. And Polanco is like the really ritzy, the really rich area where there's French bakeries and Swiss chocolate shops and European shops and American shops, McDonald's and all those places. So that's a good comparison. And also, I'm gonna go out there and say that this zone over here, Zone 14, reminds me of downtown Boston, some parts of the nice parts of downtown Boston. I grew up in Massachusetts in the Boston area, and this feels like a North American city right now. The zone. So we got the Express Mall over there. That means leaving. This is a huge building over here. Check this out. That's residential. I mean, this is all residential over here. So I think Zone 14 is more residential than it is commercial activity. So we were in Zone 10, and Zone 10 was pretty like commercial. McDonald's, you got a lot of tiendas and stores, but over here I just see a bunch of residential buildings. This is the consulate of Italy, Ambassadora Italia in Guatemala. Check this out. Repubblica Italiana. Pretty cool. Asian Tropics. The fanciest of them all. Hola. The fanciest of them all. And you got some like nutrition store over there, Soul Nutrition. I mean, this is like the Manhattan of Guatemala City. I don't want to get hit by a car. Let's keep walking. You got the valet parking available. In English too. Okay. We got some fancy chocolate shop over here. Chocolate Pasteleria. Since 1990. I don't know about you, but I prefer the street chocolate. Let's keep walking. And we got some like wasabi. Hola, ¿cómo estás? Wasabi store over there. Japanese. And I think this is the center of Zone 14. Or one of the centers. I think the other place we're at was the center. This is the center of Zone 14. You got cars everywhere. We got some fancy cars too. There's BMW over there, another BMW. This is the Manhattan of Guatemala City. I mean, check this building out. Holy crap. This is like really fancy. And you got some fancy parking garage down there. Jesus. So this actually reminds me of another city I went to, Sao Paulo. Sao Paulo is a lot of different zones, but there's a ritzy part of Sao Paulo I've been to. And, voila. And, yeah, it reminds me of that. We got a Tiffany over here. Tiffany store. Tiffany Guatemala right there. I want to go inside, but I can't. You got a moat of water surrounding the Tiffany. Alrighty, so I found some fancy shopping mall, small shopping mall kind of area in Zone 14. ¿Cómo está? Sí. Bueno. And I wanted to check it out, show you guys what these what a shopping mall in zone 14 looks like. Check this out over here. Nice comfortable bed with some birds. If you want that bed, it costs, how much does it cost? 9,000 quetzal. 9,000 quetzal, so about 7, can't do the math now, but we got some fancy stores over here, some Persian carpets over here. Let's go upstairs and check it out and see how it is. So we got some fancy bed places here. Dormiandia. Tia mama means for like trying to buy clothing for your baby. Some fancy jewelry store over here. All right, I don't want to record too much in this mall. Too much security makes me a little nervous. We're gonna head back downstairs. But damn, there are some pretty ladies here. If I wasn't YouTubing, I'd be out there. Check out these buildings and this view. Look at that. Anyways, I'm gonna head to zone 16. Time's running out. My energy's running out, my battery's running out, my memory's running out. So I gotta check out one more zone in this area. We're gonna head there right now. Zone 16, the ritziest, the fanciest part of Guatemala City from what I've been told. I don't know how much more fancy you can get compared to this area, but so I was waiting for my Uber for zone 16, our last zone in our tour today. I wanna say that, I mean, check this area out. It is amazing. This is equivalent to the good parts of Medellin, the good parts of Bogota, good parts of Mexico City, good parts of Lima, better than the good parts of Lima for sure, and other Latin cities I've been to. So I'm not trying to hype this place up for a good video or whatever, but I want to say that I'm actually really impressed. Yeah, so guys, on our way to zone 16, I saw Home Depot right there, a Domino's, a Nike factory store. That is fancy. And that is probably the most fanciest Taco Bell I've seen in my entire life. It looks like a mansion. You don't see that in the States. All right, made it. Zone 16, guys. It's the only way to get to zone 16. Apparently, there's no public transportation. You gotta take an Uber. And I'll explain to you what the zone is and why I came here. So, the 3 most ritziest zones in all of Guatemala City are zone 10. That's the 3rd ritziest, 3rd fanciest. Zone 14 is the 2nd fanciest. And now, we're in zone 16, the fanciest area, the ritziest, the richest part of Guatemala City. I had to take an Uber just to get here. Hola.
Maestra, que no están permitidas las grabaciones.
Ah, ¿verdad?
Sí, disculpe.
Ok. ¿Qué parte?
Mira, pues, si usted quiere hacer grabaciones,
Sí.
se puede dirigir a un kiosco de información para que ellos le autoricen y sin ningún problema usted puede grabar.
¿Tú quieres mi información aquí o no?
No, ahorita sería ya.
Ok. ¿Mucho tiempo o no?
No, como digo, solo le piden unos datos para que usted pueda llenar unos requisitos y usted puede hacer su grabación.
¿Es posible allá o
Sí.
no? Ok, ya.
Ahí por
I finally understand. ¿Cómo? Bueno. Yo hablé con él. Sí, él dice que este es bueno.
Vaya, ¿le dio un permiso o le dio algún permiso ya al kiosco? Ok.
Sí. ¿Tú quieres hablar con él? One thing I will say about this area is the security is tough. So I couldn't use my camera when I was there. And another lady just stopped me and said I couldn't film on my phone either. And she left me alone, and I got stopped again and again. I got stopped 4 times for filming here. The security here is so tight. So you guys can see this Guatemalan flag over there. Check that out. And some other restaurants. So the reason why I wanted to show the other side of Guatemala City is because I did 2 videos that show the dangerous, the poorer parts of Guatemala City. But I didn't want to just leave it at that. I wanted to be fair and show both sides, the both extremes. But at the same time, when a lot of people, they travel to Guatemala, they skip over Guatemala City completely. They say, you know, it's some grimy, extremely dangerous, just industrial and boring city. But that's not true. There's a lot of really cool and hip parts of the city. There's a lot of fancy parts if you like the fancy stuff. If you're not into that, there's a lot of hip parts too, like bars and clubs and coffee shops and all of that. So next time you're in Guatemala City or thinking of passing by Guatemala City, think about giving it a chance. Just see what is up with the city. And yeah, I think you'll be surprised.